everybody, that's a holiday classic by the Beach Boys. You know, I always liked this song, and I was looking for something for the holiday season to do, and frankly, done a lot. So it was slim pickings, and I'm not normally a Beach Boy fan per se, because I just don't get into the beach music. And maybe shame on me, I don't know. But either way, this is a fun song to do. Great chording. There is a diminished chord in this. I will show you how to play that, and I will give you an option if it's too difficult for you. Some people aren't used to playing diminished chords. So, you know, we can do a D7 instead of the D sharp diminished. But either way, we've got a few chords in it. So it's in standard tuning, but you want to put your capo up on the 4th fret to be able to play these chords without, you know, really having to play chords in a really funky way. You know, I researched this and I found this the most reasonable way to play it that made the most sense to me. So here we are. Of course, I've written it out. My notes will be right below. This fit onto one page, so it's a nice page. And like I said, if you want to download it, make some notes with the video, because I'll give you, you know, some different ways of chording, whether you feel comfortable with the diminished. So I'll shut up and get into the lesson. So for this song, I got a little bit of reverb on there. Actually, during the intro, I turned the reverb up because it's a Beach Boys song. It's kind of that beach sound. We got some reverb going on. That's pretty prominent. I turned it down a little bit, but to start off, we're going to be doing basically a D chord and adding on our 6th. So if you just play a D chord on the, you want to use the A string on this. So it'll be 5th, 4th open, and 2nd fret of the 3rd string, adding on the 6th of the D chord, that F sharp, on the 4th string at the 4th fret. Now I'm talking to the capo as 0. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned that earlier. So this would be your normal E chord because we have the capo as 0. Okay? So for a D chord, alright, I'm not gonna play the 2nd and 1st string. And this intro is 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll be on the 2nd fret and 4th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do that a total of 4 times. Alright, now listening to this, I've seen people play it a couple different ways. They go into the E, and then an A, and back to that F sharp, or I'm sorry, D with the 6th. Frankly, I found it sounds better to do it this way. So we're doing 4 sets of the 2 and 4. Then we're going to play an E minor 7th. Okay, so E minor 7th, basically all the open strings except the 5th will be at the 2nd fret. Then we go to, that'll be a 4 count. Alright? 1, 2, 3, 4 to an A7. So we'll be playing the 5th through the 1st string, and we'll cover the 4th and 2nd string at the 2nd fret. It's an A7. So we have this so far. Yeah, let's do it from the intro. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so I'm exaggerating the strumming so you can see what I'm doing. I'm not real good at counting that stuff out, so you know, if that's important to you, just count it out, slow this down, download it, whatever you need to do. So we got our E7 to A7. Then we're going to go to D. All right, and from there we'll go to D major 7th, then a D 6th. All right, and then we go to a D sharp diminished. So the way we play this D, typical D, 4th through the 1st string. Then the D major 7th, you just lay your finger across the 2nd fret on the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st string. And then for the D 6th, we're going to just use the 1st and 3rd string at the 2nd fret. Leave that 2nd string open. And then the D sharp diminished. So D sharp diminished is very similar to a D7. But we're adding this note on the 4th string, all right? So it'll be a D sharp, which gives us the name of the chord. If that D sharp is too difficult for you and you're not used to playing it, just play a D7th. It sounds fine. It sounds fine. Matter of fact, I really listened hard and debated, but I'm pretty sure they're using the D sharp diminished. So I'll play one of each. I'll start with the 7th. The diminished is used usually at the end of a measure to push you into the next measure. So that's why I settled, honestly, that's the only reason, because my ears couldn't hear the difference. Maybe you can, so you have that information, okay? All right, so that is the intro to that point. The intro will continue with one more 4 count on the E minor 7 and one more 4 count on the A7. And then we're into the verse. Okay, I zoomed in a little bit, give you a clear view of the chords. You saw my strumming earlier. For the verse, the 1st, 2nd, and really the 3rd verse are all the same. And it's basically E minor 7th to A7th twice with a 2 count each, rather than the intro where we did a 4 count. All right, so we'll do this. All right, at that point we'll do I'll call this our D walk down. D to D major 7th to D6, and then the diminished or D7th if you're more comfortable with that. All right, so let me play through the full verse, because they'll do that 2 times through. 1, 2, 3, 4. To the chorus. All right, so each verse is the same. This really isn't a very long song per se. We do have a bridge in it, which we'll go over, but once we get to chorus 3, after verse 3, we're on the outro, so not a real long song. Okay, the first chorus, basically what we're going to do, we're going to do a little chord change here. We're going to go to a basic G chord, and then back to our E minor 7 and A7. All right, the G chord will be 4 counts, while the E 7th and E minor 7th and A7 will be 2 counts each. Then we're into the next verse, and so we start over with the E and A. Okay, so after verse 2, we're in the chorus 2. Chorus 2, just like chorus 1. G for 4 counts to our E minor 7 to A7. Then we're into our bridge. This is where he sings, "Run, run, reindeer." All right, so for that, each chord will get 4 counts. We're going to go from G to C, back to G, and then to a plain E minor. We're not going to make it a 7. It sounds a little more basic to me and changes just slightly. So I'm pretty sure they're playing an E minor. All right, so when he sings "Run, Run, Rain," well, I'll take it. Let's go from the chorus into the bridge. All right. So that E minor will be 2 counts. So we got G for 4 counts, C for 4 counts, G again for 4 counts. The E minor is only for 2. Then there's a stop, which is about 2 counts. And then we're into verse 3. After verse 3, we start chorus 3. Chorus 3 is slightly different. It's really the outro. We're going to do our G chord for 4 counts, but then we go to the right to the D walk down. And then the repeat and fade out will be basically a verse. E to A minor, A7, E minor 7 to A7 twice, and then our D walk down. I really hope this helps everybody and wish you all the best of holiday season. Enjoy.